Hi, what up YouTube? Doomnyc here with another deck profile. This one is a deck someone asked for. Actually, a few people asked for. This one is Fortune Ladies. Yeah, it took me a while to put this build together, but finally finished it. So here we go. We got 3 Fortune Lady Light. Really crappy attack. Level 1 light. Basically, you try to just get this off the field with a card effect to special dark from your deck, so that's a pretty broken effect, so it's really good in that aspect. And of course, the easiest way to do that is with the field spell, which we'll get to in a sec. I run two fires. Again, this is a pretty good card, actually really good effect. A lot of people know that it destroys the monster, but they don't also realize that the monster that gets destroyed, your opponent takes damage to the attack. So when this card gets, special summoned in face up attack mode, and you destroy that monster, so if you destroy like a JD or something, they're gonna take 3,000 attack. That's a pretty good effect. So yeah, we run 2 of those. One Fortune Lady Wind. I don't really like running more than one. I'm gonna explain why, because this is like a breaker. It's really good. Normally you just normal summon this and you get to destroy a spell or trap, and if you have another Fortune Lady, then you can destroy 2 and so on. But if you have future visions on the field, then this card doesn't get its effect because it gets removed as soon as it touches the field, and when it comes back it's like a special summon, so it doesn't get its effect, so you miss the effect. So that's why we only run 1 wind. 3 Fortune Lady Waters. This is a big draw card in the deck. This is like huge. I mean, really. This person is who you want to have in the graveyard all the time. You have 3 waters in the grave, and you special summon it with dark, you draw 2, and you can keep doing it. So if you have like 2 darks, you can bring 2 waters and draw 4 and so on. So that's before you know it, trust me, this has happened to me before. You have like 8 to 10 cards in your hand, like it's ridiculous. This is your big beat stick in the deck. You got your 3 Fortune Lady Darks. Gotta play this. This is really good, really good effect. Destroy a monster, special summon a Fortune Lady, so you can special summon fire if you need to destroy another one, special summon water to draw cards, stuff like that. Well, basically those are only 2 you really want to special summon, so yeah. Dark is really good. And oh, by the way, since I haven't been mentioning it, yeah, I'm doing a really bad job. All of these guys, are all level 1 through 5, and each turn they get their attack raised up. So this one gets its attack raised by 400 every turn. So since this is level 5, when you bring this on the field, it starts at 2,000, and then every turn it goes up 400. So before you know it, I know this is like Dark Arm Dragon status right here. So that's why that's really good. All right, and this is the engine that I'm going with in the deck. 2 Dimensional Alchemist. Dimensional Alchemist is pretty good in the deck. And yeah, it's pretty good in the deck. Sorry about the glare, guys. What I really like about this card is you can remove the top card. So if you remove a Fortune Lady, then you can use Fortune's Future to draw 2, bring it back to your grave, and then it's like you can reuse Plague Spreader, or if something is bottomless, you can get it back. So Dimensional Alchemist is, I think, really big this format. 2 Cyber Valley. I don't run more than 2. I think that 2 is just really good in the deck. Don't run more than 2. You run 3, you're gonna end up drawing it when you don't really want it, and that's why if I had that happen to me, I tried the deck with 3 and I decided that 2 was better. Alright, now we go on to the Dark Engine. We run 1 Dark Arm Dragon. Again, this is a big card in the deck. What I really like about this graveyard is its control. You only run about, I don't know, 7 darks in the deck, but it's a lot of control because you run Plague that can be removed. You run Lady Dark, who's going in and out of the graveyard constantly, so that's really good effect. And you run these guys, 2 Chaos Sorcerer. Why is Chaos Sorcerer good in the deck? Well, he's great in the deck because you gotta remove a light and a dark. So you remove Lady Light, Lady Dark, special summon him, use Fortune's Future to bring those guys back. Draw 2 cards. Overall, really good card. Great for removing your stuff from play, and I mean that's really good. And then you gotta have some tuning. So I run a Gale and a Plague, and I run Plague because when it gets removed, you can get it back with Alchemist, or you know, just a whole bunch of good stuff. And with all the different levels of Fortune Ladies, you can get out a lot of different synchros. So Plague and Gale's really good. Let's go on to the spells. We got the big spell card in the deck. 3 Future Vision. You gotta play this at 3. I'm not running Terraforming because I think that crowds it. 3 Future Vision is great. It's great first turn. You get Future Visions, you get Lady Light. You know, you play Future Visions, Lady Light gets removed from play, you special Dark from your deck, and before you know it now, you have a pretty good field when your opponent's probably gonna set something like Sangan, you know? So that's really good. So 3 Future Visions. More draw power. 3 Fortune's Future. 3 is a lot, but it works. It's funny, you draw these in clumps too, which could be bad, but if you play this deck and you keep removing your stuff, then Fortune's Future is really good. So yeah, this deck is overpowered with draw power. 1 Allure of Darkness. Excellent card. If you remove like a dark end that isn't good right now, you can get it back later with Dimensional Alchemist. You remove Lady Dark. This is like the best play ever. You have Lady Dark in your hand. You play Allure. You remove Lady Dark with Allure, and then right after you play Fortune's Future and you bring it back to the grave. You just drew 4 cards. That's pretty broken. So that's really good. And this is a must in the deck, and I'm gonna tell you why. 2 Gold Sark. Because there are times in this deck where you have Fortune's Future and you don't have any remove from play Fortune Lady, so it's a pretty dead card. So what ends up happening is when you have Gold Sark, you can usually you know, use this on Lady Water or Lady Dark and remove those from play, and then use Fortune's Future to bring it to the graveyard to draw 2. So that's a really quick draw engine, and it's so good with Dark Armed Dragon because you know how people used to use like Burial from a different dimension to bring back the dark so you can reuse Dark Arm's effect? Well, that's sort of like what Fortune Future does, and except you draw 2 cards. So it's like a plus. You know, you have 3 darks in your grave, then stuff gets removed with Dark Arm's effect, like Lady Dark. You bring it back with Fortune's Future, you draw 2 cards. Overall, really broken. When you have the engine of this deck going, you'll see. 1 for 1, it's really big. I like this to get like you have a monster and you get a Cyber Valley, or you get Lady Light and something else, like, and it's really good. You contribute for Lady Dark. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with this. You can synchro, well, not really, but you guys know what I mean. Actually you can for Armory Arm anyway. We get Monster Born, Dark Hold. These are just staples. You know, every deck runs those. 2 book. I was thinking about running 3, but couldn't fit it. So 2 Book of Moons. It's good. Mind Control. Surprisingly, you do run Cyber Valley, so this is really good. You have tuners, so overall, Mind Control is a good card. 1 Nobleman. And if I ran the 3rd book, I'd probably take this out. But Nobleman is so good, this format. I mean, you gotta play this. This is too good right now. Magical Dimension. Really broken card in this deck, especially if you have like a hand full of Lady Dark and you can't bring it on the field. Then you finally get something like a Lady Fire. You can summon fire, chain this, destroy a monster, and get Lady Dark on the field. So overall, that's a really good card. We got only 1 card for spell and trap removal. We got Giant Trunade. Again, you don't need a lot because of the effects of the Fortune Ladies, but this is a nice trick, you know. So instead of destroying your Future Visions, you can bring it back to your hand, and whatever monster they had that was coming back, it gets stuck. So it's a really good, play right there. Just one thing about Future Visions, guys, in case you don't know. Future Visions only affects monsters that are normal summoned. So if you use Call of the Haunted, if you use Monster Reborn, if you Synchro summon, if you special summon in any way like Cyber Dragon, it doesn't work. Future Visions doesn't remove the monster. So that's just something to keep in mind. And last, I run 3 traps. I run 3 compulsory evacuation device. This card is excellent. Not only does it get rid of your opponent's stuff, but you can target your Fortune Lady Lights with this, and if you do and bring it back to your hand, Fortune Lady Lights effect goes off, so you get to special summon one from your deck. So that's really good. Alright, side deck, just normal stuff, 2 Cyber Dragon, 2 Breaker, just more magician stuff, spellcasters I should say, Thunder King 1 Crow, 1 Skullmeister, 1 Effect Veiler. Sorry about that. No, another Nobleman, because you just never know. Everybody's setting nowadays, so that's why you gotta have those. 2 MST, side deck them in case you run into a random like skill drain deck or something. Light Imprisoning Mirror for the Lightsworn players, Shadow Imprisoning for the Gravekeepers. But Gravekeepers are gonna have like a hard time with this deck because you play a field spell of your own, so it's that's gonna get Necro Valley off the field. Starlight Road, Black Wings, and 1 Crevice. And this is actually really good because not only can you use it to target your opponent's stuff, but if you wanted to use this for your stuff, you could. So that's why Crevice is really good in the deck. Alright, extra deck's like a whole bunch of stuff. We got Armory Arm, Catastor, Bryonic, and Goyo. Those are just like the staple stuff. Alright, now the level 7s. This is where it gets fun. We got Black Rose, Ancient Fairy, Gungnir, Double Arcanite. Alright? Lots of level 7s because you do run Gale and you do run Plague. So Plague and Lady Dark can get you pretty much your Arcanites, your Ancient Fairy, your Black Rose. If you have Gale and Lady Water, you can get Gungnir. So overall, this is really good, and getting Gungnir is actually pretty key because it can get you stuff from your hand to the grave to use like Chaos Sorcerer's effect or stuff like that. So that's really good. We got Chimera Tech. This is your level 8s now. Your Colossal. I run double Stardust, double Dark End, and because of like the Chaos Sorcerers and Lady Darks and stuff, you can get Dark End quite easily, so I will run 2 of those, and a Scrap Dragon. And Scrap Dragon's pretty broken because you can use his effect on Lady Light and she'll get her effect. Like that's pretty cheap. Alright, so yeah, that was the Fortune Lady deck. I hope you guys like it. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you think there's any improvements that should be made. And yeah, until next time, YouTube, peace.